Hi guys, I hope you're well. My name's Chris Smith. I'm a beginner saxophone player, so I started learning about 6 months ago, and the purpose of this video is just to show you how much progress you can make in 6 months. Now this is based on what I've learned and how I'm playing, so you might be much quicker than me or you might not learn as quickly, but it's just to give you a little bit of an idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a few little clips of how I've played and progressed. So first off, I'm going to show you what it was like on day one. Then at the end of the first month there was a song I was learning then. After 3 months, and then just recently after 6 months, there was a couple of songs I was working on towards an exam. So I'll show you little clips from those just to give you a little bit of an idea of what it was like. And then right at the end I'll just kind of give you a little bit of kind of the lessons that I've learned along the way. So hopefully that will help you as well. So let's get started then. First off, this is my very first day playing on the saxophone. This is what I sounded like back then. So exercise 1 is G's and A's. G's and A's. No, it is B and A. Right, hold on. I'll be with you in a minute. B and A. Right. There you go, exercise number 1. So as you can see, I was just pleased to be able to get a note out of the saxophone. Actually, I'd been to see a teacher, had a trial lesson, and then he just given me some exercises just to get a couple of notes to practice the fingering and so on. So I did that, obviously what he taught me to do, and then after about a month I'd been learning a few little songs in between there, and after a month I was playing this little song here, which you should recognise. It's the intro to Mr. Saxo Beat. So this is what that sounded like back then. Okay, so still quite squeaky, the tone is still not good, my articulation is not good, but what I was really pleased with was just to be able to get a recognisable tune out of it, so quite happy with that. After 3 months, I'd obviously been practising a bit more, and after 3 months, one of my favourite songs that I'd wanted to learn was Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. So this is what that sounded like. Okay, so there it's kind of starting to sound a little bit more like it's supposed to. Kind of felt the tone is a little bit better. I think tone is something that takes a long time to build up. You can learn the different keys and you can learn tunes, but learning the tone is something that takes a much longer time. So that was after 3 months. What I'm going to show you now is just 2 or 3 songs that I've been learning, just little snippets of them for an exam I was going in for, which was after 6 months. So here are these songs. So those 3 songs were, hopefully you recognised them. Then the first one was Sunny Moon for Two, which is like a blues number by Sonny Rollins. The next one was Mac the Knife, made famous by Frank Sinatra amongst others. And the last one was a Latin song. I really like kind of Latin music. And that was Oye Como Va by Tito Puente. And there's a really good version of that by Carlos Santana. So basically, that's kind of how I've progressed from day 1 that you saw a few minutes ago up until month 6, which was just a few days ago for me. So what lessons have I learned in those 6 months? So first off, I think if you can practice every day, little and often, it's much better doing half an hour once or twice a day than trying to spend all day Sunday catching up. I find when you play for long periods, especially at the beginning, your embouchure gets really tired. Mentally, it's quite draining. If you're trying to follow a tune or learn a tune, it's quite tiring. So doing half an hour or an hour every day is much better than trying to cram it all into one day a week. Second lesson I would say is get yourself a good teacher. I go to see a teacher once a week, just for half an hour or an hour if I'm working towards something. The main benefits I get from that are not so much the little studies he gives me each time, which are obviously valuable, but also the fact that he spots any little bad habits that I'm starting to pick up before they become really difficult to get rid of. So little fingering problems or problems with my embouchure, that sort of thing. If you can correct those quickly, then you can correct them before they become bad habits. So having a teacher is a really good idea. And then the last thing is you've got to learn the fundamentals, but you've got to have fun as well. So what I mean by that is things like learning the scales, learning the fingering on all the different keys and so on are really important. Playing scales you might not think is much fun, but it's really important to get to know the fingering, to learn kind of little patterns and so on. And those scales, when you start to learn arpeggios or chords for improvising, if that's what you'd like to do, are really, really useful. But while you're learning all those things, you should also be learning songs that you want to play and have fun with that. The whole point, I'm guessing, of you learning to play the saxophone is to have fun, to make music, to share it with people. And if you're not having fun, then why are you doing it? So anyway, guys, that was it. That's how much progress I've made in 6 months. I hope you make a lot more progress than me. I don't think I'm a fast learner. I'd never learned any musical instrument before I picked this up, so trying to learn to read music at the same time is a challenge for me. But I hope you guys are learning something as well. If you'd like to see what other things I've done, then there's a little playlist here which just kind of shows you some of the songs that I've done. Or if you'd like to subscribe to my channel to see the other videos that I put up, then you can just click on that link over there and subscribe, and that would be great. Okay guys, bye for now.